Today I am doing one of my best friends for my whole life's hair. How long have we known each other?
15 years?
Yeah, 15 years. It's crazy. She saw me when I was just a little one. She's a little older than me. So when we met, I was 12 and you were how old? 15. So we've just blossomed since then. So today we did her hair and we did a really cute texturized cut. You guys are going to see a few things in this video. We toned her hair, we added frontal extensions, and then we cut hair, and you guys will see my mom teaching me how to cut hair, which is a really fun segment. So if you were interested in watching this and how we achieved this beautiful, amazing texturized lob, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so we are just going to be toning this hair down. I'm using Redken Shades EQ4N. I don't want to tone it completely down because the extensions we're using has a little bit of dimension like her hair, but this is a little bit lighter than the extensions we're doing, so we're just going to tone it down so it's a little bit softer. Okay, so we are just brushing her hair out now. I am using my extension brush, but it's also really good for brushing through regular hair, wet hair, dry hair. It is a mix of nylon and boar bristle, and it glides through the hair so smoothly. I will link it in my description box below. We are now blow drying, and right here I am actually using the Kristen S round brush. She sent me her brush collection a few weeks ago when she launched it, and I really love all of the brushes in her collection. We launched our brushes around the same time, but I am so supportive of her and I think she's doing amazing things, and I do use her brushes all the time because she has smaller ones than I do in my collection. So this is a really good one. It smooths out the hair. And then this is my round brush I am using on her for the next layer, and I will link this and the Kristen S one in the description box below. Okay, we are now placing one bag of the 16-inch tape-in extensions. We are not necessarily using these for length, but for fullness, and that is the beauty of extensions, is there are so many different ways to use them, just depending on the look your client is going for. And for her, we are just using this to add a pop of color, give her hair a little more texture, and then add fullness, especially in the front area. So this is a little look into how I like to place tape-in extensions for frontal use. As you can see here, I am demonstrating how I brick laid them, and if I brick lay, that means that when they lay down, there are no gaps in between the extensions. Since they are overlapping just slightly, when they fall forward like this, it looks really fluid and it looks like they all connect. This is the key to making sure that they look really natural with the client's own hair, and then also utilizing some angles falling forward, help it blend in with those front hairs as well. Who loved me for who I can't go back to, walking through all the dust and reason frame a past we simply let fade, but I don't close the door, waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when
Okay, so we are now done placing the tape and extensions. What I did was I did 4 sandwiches on the left, 4 sandwiches on the right, and then 2 in the back. That's 10 sandwiches total and 20 pieces within those sandwiches. This is enough just to give her a little bit of fullness and body, and we are now doing the base cut. And just a little disclaimer, I think I've talked about in videos in the past how my comfort zone is not cutting. I definitely specialize in color and extensions. Blending extensions is super easy for me, but cutting and adding layers and texture is something I sometimes struggle with. And I think it's because my school focused more on color and I didn't focus quite so much on cutting. And I think that's mainly just because my focus was color and that's what I wanted to learn, and I dove in 100%, and I kind of let cutting just fall behind. So I am wanting to learn more about cutting this year. It's one of my goals. I actually just ordered 4 new pairs of shears from Hanzo. I ordered 2 dry cutting shears and then 2 texturizers, and I'm really excited to dive into that and learn a little bit more about it. I know that may sound weird since I'm a hairdresser and I have a salon and I do these videos, but cutting is definitely something I'm not as comfortable with, and it's something I'm wanting to work on this year. So I have followed free salon education on YouTube because you guys told me that he has the best cutting videos, and so far so good. Also, my mom is an amazing hairdresser and she cuts really well. So she's been someone that I always ask advice on when it comes to cuts. And so you guys will see a few clips here of her kind of teaching me how to do long layers. And I pretty much knew how to do them, so it was just kind of like a refresher. But it's always interesting to see how other people hold their shears, what they do, how they over direct, stuff like that. So I was just getting her take on it and it helped a lot, and she's amazing. So we kind of tag teamed this haircut and it turned out amazing.
Baseline, over direct, and then when it starts falling out, then that's where I'm going to cut my line. Anyway, so then I pick up a little section from what I just cut, and I put it in with the new section so it creates a guideline. And so then you can see my line.
Yeah.
And then when you bring it back, it creates that chunky layer. Do you see that?
Chunky's probably not the right word.
Oh, sorry.
Chunky layer. Do you want that?
I mean, I already got the chunky, so
Yeah. Add the layer.
And by over directing, it keeps the length on there so that you're not getting too short when you bring it back.
Okay, we are now curling her hair. I wanted to give her a really texturized curl, not just like the typical curl. So I am taking a little bit of smaller sections than I normally do. And as you can see here, as I am wrapping them around the iron, I do what I normally do, but then when I'm unwinding it, I'm twisting my iron the whole way. This is gonna give us a tight spiral curl effect, but then when we mess it up with like texture spray in our hands, it's gonna be really like just piecey and texturized. I'm super excited about the curl that it's gonna give her. Shout out to Ricky. I actually learned this from him. He has like the most amazing curling techniques and he taught me this one. So if you guys aren't following him on Instagram and YouTube, you totally should. I will link his stuff down below. So we are just going to be curling her hair and then I'm going to show you guys how I like to style it afterwards.
Loved me for who I can't go back to. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. But I don't close the door, waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next
Now that she is all curled, I am taking the Kevin Murphy Bedroom Spray. This is a texturizing hairspray. It's a light hold, but it works so well in just adding body and volume, and it smells amazing. I literally love the smell so much. They even make it in a candle, and I have that candle because it's so good. So I am just kind of messing her hair up with this, and then I'm going to run my fingers through it, just kind of tousle it, give her some texture. I don't like to brush curls like this out because then it ends up just kind of forming together into one curl, and I want it to be really piecey and texturized. So I am just running my fingers through it. Then I will be using hairspray to hold everything into place once it looks how I want it to, and then I will run some oil through her ends just to make sure that everything's really hydrated, and I also feel like that helps seal the ends as well. Sometimes I use texturizing taffy for this too if the client has a lot of flyaways, but she doesn't really have flyaways. She's one of the lucky ones, so I didn't use it on her, but that's also a really helpful product.